of the day. So the next deck of the day is this UK-US Rule Britannia deck. Now, at its core, this is a British-US ramp deck. It's just running Rule Britannia up at the top end as one of its payoffs. The deck is mostly should be very, recognizable if you know UK-US ramp. The only things that might be a little bit questionable, and I myself am questioning it, are at the bottom end we have a couple of Swordfish Mk I and Keep Calm Carry On. Keep Calm Carry. I'm reading the banner here. The Cup of Teas. Now, the thing about the reason why I've included these in the deck is because Cup of Tea can make it keeps our units alive while we're waiting to play our Rule Britannias, and then when we are ready to play our Rule Britannias, it can potentially make our units even stronger. And Swordfish Mk I just a decent hit for Rule Britannia, even by itself. Turning your 1/3 bomber to a 5/5 bomber is pretty appealing. That said, it could be that if Rule Britannia is good at all, it's probably good enough on its own and doesn't need these cards in it to make it better, so to speak. But we're gonna try it out anyway. I think Swordfish are fine 1-drops anyway in this current format. Maybe they're not the best as they once were, outside of a dedicated, close air support deck. But I think they could be reasonable. The Cup of Teas might be wrong though, and it could be just better to be running like guard units, like bigger guard units at the bottom end, like the new East Surrey Regiment, for example, instead. But we're gonna give this a shot, see how it feels. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I want to say about that. So let's just hop into some games to see how we do. Oh, before I do that, let's update the stream, or let's update the deck command. Oh. There we go. Alright, let's jump into some games, see how we do. Good chance that if this deck is good and is winning games, it's most likely because of the fact that we're ramping into big US bombers and playing reasonable British cards alongside them, including the very powerful suite of British elites. But whatever. We can still say we won with a Rule Britannia deck, right? It's in the deck after all. But I think trying to build a deck entirely around Rule Britannia might be probably a mistake anyway. It's just something you want to use to turn your otherwise reasonable cards that are going to help you survive and get to the late game, get to your late game bombers, things like the new Honey and the new #1 commandos. And then suddenly, if those are still around when you can Rule Britannia, especially if they're undamaged, turning them into these big threats can be really appealing. Do we want to keep double Blackwatch against an Alexandria deck? I think I might want to. I don't want this many 4-drops in hand though, and I think I might want Death from Above, but let's just try to be annoying and keep these two. These obviously really great Rule Britannia hit. Turning these into 6/6 Fury units is awesome. Alright, cool. On 3, we're gonna go Convoy, then we're gonna play back-to-back Blackwatches. We can go Blackwatch, Blackwatch, Cup of Tea. Although we might just die to... If they buff these out of range of carpet bombing, we could just die. That's pretty good though. That's probably our turn 5 play. This might actually be our turn 4, depending on what he does. If he double close air supports, that's probably what we want to do. Okay, now we'll just play Blackwatch. So any of his buff cards are going to be more expensive, and if he wants to play one to I don't know, get rid of this or just go face, we can bounce it and take away its buff. Andrew Kogan, thanks for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream, and thanks for stopping by. Ooh. I think we just RAAF. I like calling these RAAFs. I don't know if that's just me. RAAF Lightning. I like calling... I don't know why I would call them RAAFs. It's just this weird thing I do. I should just call them Lightnings. There's no other Lightnings in the game, I don't think. Actually, that's not true. I think the US have one that buffs bombers. I think we're gonna cup of tea next turn, especially if this lives. I don't want that to do damage, though, so I think I want to mosquito that before it gets too strong. So we know he drew this on his turn 5 or 6 because it wasn't hit by Blackwatch. I think we might want to Blackwatch again. No, then we won't have enough to attack both of his stuff. Both of his things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this will be free. I think that's okay. Only this will die if he wants the carpet bomb. We're feeling very patriotic with the stars and stripes waving in our hand. Okay, well, I'm guessing the honey is gonna die here. Definitely just gonna take these out and like play war bonds. I guess this is bad against carpet bombing. Maybe I'm just supposed to take that out. But then if he if he buffs the Fury unit, is it that big of a deal? I'm probably supposed to hold up Ultra there. Yeah, it was a mistake playing War Bonds. I'm definitely supposed to hold up Ultra, because like carpet bombing is one of the ways he gets back in this game. So that was a mistake. Even ultraing that would have been great. I can't take that out, so let's just do this. Hopefully we find Rule Britannia next turn. That would be great with this cup of tea in hand and these bombers. No such luck. Sokol Comrade, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a good day. Chances are we don't need that in the support line. Let's just move this up. I'm gonna play that now because if he baits out the Ultra with like a worse, like a crappy order before he carpet bombs, I want these bombers to be able to survive. Well, we didn't get to do the thing, sadly, but we won. That's nice. Well, hopefully this stream is the start is the something you needed to get motivated. And thanks everyone for stopping by and spending part of your Friday watching the stream. It's really appreciated. Hopefully y'all are enjoying watching cards and playing cards and all that jazz. Probably supposed to keep carpet bombing in hand. I feel like most Stalingrad decks, at least the ones that I'm running into, are tokens. And with that in mind, I think I like all of this. I think we just keep all of this. Probably play this on 2 or this if he plays out the engineers. Yep, called it. Really want to find one of our ramp cards. Well, there's Rule Britannia. Probably the last card we wanted to see, honestly, at this point. So I'm actually going to bomb one of these, and I think it's right to clog up the front line here. He could just decide to trade like a Cossacks for this, but if he does, then this is getting bombed, so I think it's okay. Oh, what's it called, so-called? I think I've watched it. I think I've seen that documentary, and yeah, I recall it being pretty good. I mean, he lost 2 and a bit cards doing that, so I think I'm okay with that. This seems risky knowing I have, but I guess the chances of me having another one in hand are slim, so it's probably okay. Our best draw next turn would definitely be War Bonds, so we can get up to our carpet bombing the following turn before his infantry get out of range. Yeah, okay. So let's just play that then. Yeah, I think that's the one I watched. It's the one that talks about like all the women that flew the Spitfires from the factories to the fields too. So there was a lot of women who got pilot experience during the war as well, which is something that not a lot of people know. I think I want to do this. Yeah, that was a good documentary. Yeah. Hoping he wouldn't have Alliance. Go like this, this. Maybe I was just supposed to carpet bombing that turn that I played the... No, because he buffed his... Yeah, I don't know. Tough to say. Ooh, that's really good for us. Okay. Awesome. Definitely carpet bombing now. So, Rule Britannia, next turn we'll still have enough resources to move this up and shoot with this, which will be cool. Alright. Alternatively, what could we do? We can move up the guard. Carpet bombing. Shoot this. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just depends on how greedy we want to get with our Rule Britannia. I think that this... Because, like... This will still be pinned. This will die. He'll have these two. Yeah, let's get greedy. Let's get greedy, greedy. And then our game just crashes and we lose. So now this can be a 4-4. This could be a 6-6. This'll still just be a 5-5. That's probably fine. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, this can't attack the same turn. So let's just keep getting greedy then? No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. But what I can do is actually just go bam, bam, bam. How rude, opponent. Just so I could play more stuff. Or just so I could have more Rule Britannia stuff. No! Our first Rule Britannia hand and I squandered it. I squandered it, chat. It certainly felt like it was a win more card that game. That's for sure. But I mean, it was against tokens, so. Yeah, but you know what? I bet you if I had just played it out earlier, I could have gotten him to surrender, but faster. Was this our combo player? Was this our combo player or our mid-range player? I can't remember. Boo. Okay, it looks like mid-range. I guess I'll play this because I'm not playing it for several turns. Nah. He wants to move up and hit me in the face with this. I think that's fine. Do I play Keep Calm? Now. Next turn I can go 6, 7, 8, 9. Just have these huge threats. Yeah, I don't want him to feel compelled to sudden strike. He probably will anyway, but... That's a carpet bombing. That's kind of nice. I think we just do this, though. Our hand was stacked, so, like, anything lost there would have felt bad. This was probably the best thing to lose. This plus this kills that, which is nice. Alternatively, I could just shoot this, shoot that, because he's drawing from it anyway. Or I just... just clog up the front line with that. He has a lot of cards. That's the kind of the trouble here. He has a ton of cards. We do have a carpet bombing though, so if he can like... If he feels compelled to spam out a bunch of units, that would be nice. Okay, so if I... Now, you know what I could do? No, it's probably not what I'm supposed to do. Kind of want to take the front line with the 5-9. And I can do that if I shoot here. This stays alive, which is nice. This moves up. I can sexton this. Maybe start being annoying. Oh, yeah, missing. Oh, missing. Probably good. Like, even if we end up fighting through the cards that he has in hand, which is a good possibility. Okay, what does he have for the Sexton then? Why wouldn't he shoot that? We probably just lose to Empire of the Sun. And now, like, am I supposed to play this out in case he has more discard? If he empires this, I'm just gonna concede. Even without Empire of the Sun, we might not be winning this. Yeah, that's probably gonna do it. This combination is so nasty. Alright, let's just move on then. If I'm not even allowed to draw cards in the card game, what's the point of playing? I kind of like this for sneakily killing his bombers a little later. Ultra might prove useful. Thanks, Mayhem. I need all the help I can get. Later, SoCal. Thanks for stopping by, and thanks again for the follow. Hope to see you around again in the future. For anyone who is new to the stream, I do stream every Monday and Friday. Mostly cards, but do play other games on occasion. You can just check the schedule below the stream to know exactly when I typically go live every Monday and Friday. And I am looking to expand those hours sometime in the not too distant future, but for now this is about all I can this is all I have time for each week, unfortunately. That said, there are sometimes schedule changes that will see me doing longer streams on occasion, or, you know, bonus streams, especially if there's like a new set of cards that comes out. If a new expansion comes out, you can bet that we'll be streaming extra long. think I just want to bomb that. He could have interception or whatever, so getting this thing that doesn't target I think is good. Sexton lost is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I just do this. War bonds isn't bad. Means we can get to our B-17 the following turn. We'll see if he gives us a chance to do that. War bonds are pretty soft against resistance, but sure. Do I want to wait for the following turn because I can hold up Ultra after War Bonds? That's just too much time though, right? I don't think our life total is as important as his, so I kind of almost want a Hellcat. Hit him in the face, but I'm probably supposed to trade, actually. The heck was that? I just heard the strangest sound in my house. The hell made that noise? Hold on 1 second, I gotta check it out. Alright, I have no idea what that was. We'll just hope that it doesn't come back. So what did our opponent do? Nothing so far? Sure. They just have the perfect draw. Get rid of one of these at least. I don't think I want to play that yet. Yes. Alright, I'm bored. Let's just move on. This is such a boring mechanic. It's just, ugh. I don't feel like fighting through that. We could probably win, but ugh, it doesn't matter. Win or lose, that is just incredibly boring and depressing to play. And like, it makes for awful content. Nobody's watching this stream to watch resistance cards fill my hand, so Pretty good hand. I think we'll keep all of this. Could argue that the Hellcat I should throw back, but I think it's okay. Trade into something of theirs. Alright, we're not going to be greedy. We're definitely going to play the #1 Commando on our next turn rather than play the Convoy. That's too bad. I was really hoping to play this so we'd have more options. But I think I'm supposed to start killing their stuff before they can buff it. Or do something like Blitzkrieg. And with that in mind, I think I'm supposed to do this. Possibly take the front line as well. But maybe even just play Blackwatch. Now that's not a possibility. Alright. Play a Blackwatch, see what he does. If he has Blitzkrieg, it costs 5 right now, so it wouldn't be that great. Unless, of course, he top-decked it. Which is always a possibility. Hey, Dead Meat, I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing okay as well. That's not awful. What's better, taking the front line with this or playing the Swordfish? I think it might be taking the front line with this. Well, that's nice. I'm confused by that play. I guess it makes our Rule Britannia kind of worse. But not so worse that we're not just going to play it immediately, right? Guess we can wait till next turn. Screw it. Actually, it's the same thing. Yeah, it works out the same. I feel like he's supposed to go for face there. But yeah, he was just dead on board if he didn't have a way to deal with it. That's the first time we actually got to use Rule Britannia, I think. But it was a heck of a Rule Britannia. 255 bombers. What was that? An 8-8 artillery. And then a 11-11 guard infantry in the front line. Not bad. Hey, Walks. How you doing? Yeah, I think if Rule Britannia is good, it's going to be because it works well with units that you want to be running otherwise, and that will probably be sticking around because they have like smokescreen or just higher defense. Like the honeys will be sticking around. Then you can turn them into 4/4 tanks. Those 1/3 commandos. If they don't hit anything, they become 5/5s. If you got some value off of them earlier, then you know, you can just make them, just give them a little bit more health, like turn them into 3/3s. But then when you're ready to like turn the corner, you play your big guard units. You're playing some RAAFs. You play the HMS Illustrious, like you saw there. That's why we're ramping, right? It's because like this on 8 is probably not very good most games, but like on 11 and 12 it can be. Hopefully he doesn't have careless talk to go along with that. Okay. Fortunately, we found all of our expensive stuff a little too early. We do have the ramp to get there, though. Depending on what he's playing, though, this might not be great. Sure. So he did show us Eagle Claws. But we do have a Rule Britannia in hand, so they can at least become 3/3 bombers. But if he double Eagle Claws us, that would feel bad. I guess I could always move them into the front line. What are the chances that he's played... missing and such? He is Germany, though, so even if we turn these into, like, 5/5 bombers, it's... if he draws enough Flampanzers, it's meaningless. Okay, well, we have enough to... do that, which is nice. Need to save this for... do we? No, let's just hit face. I'm gonna say we need to save that for a Leopold, but Death from Above is fine. These are pretty bad top decks after that turn, eh? After our Rule Britannia is gone, these are pretty bad top decks, so I didn't really think about that, I guess. If he wants to keep playing his expensive 8-drop for and giving me like the ability to play this 5-drop, I'm okay with that. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna use that Death from Above on that. There's no need. Yep, that's something I'd more likely spend the credits on. Cup of Tea's pretty good. Hopefully this doesn't hit our death from above. Poor Schwab. Or however you pronounce this. Schwab. Yep. Which is why we're going to keep making him do it. I'm just going to play this out because I don't want to lose a card draw. And like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah. If he bounces this back to hand, it's a blitz bomber, so it just kills him. Now, see, he needed to kill this. I mean, he was just dead, I guess, but whatever. I guess a guard unit wouldn't have saved him anyway, right? Because we had 2 death touch units in the front lines. So we just kill one, shoot his HQ with the other. Pretty much he needed that Leopold to be a lot better than it was. So in that game, I would say the Rule Britannia was actually quite effective because it allowed our small bombers to take out a lot of his units and just accrue a ton of card advantage. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to keep this. Slows him down, keeps us alive, ramps to this if he's playing, you know, an aggressive deck. So we'll go Honey on 2 most likely, Albacore on 3, pin one of his things. And now we're gonna get Careless Talked. Nope. Alright. I think I do this now so that next turn... No, because next turn I'm almost certainly bombing this. Never mind. I should have saved that. Yeah, I should have saved that. Definitely got punished for using our cup of tea when we did. This should be a 1-5. This should be a 1-4. It is what it is, though. Literally the best hit in our hand, of course, of course. I think we're just gonna start falling too far behind, so if he hit his from the deep, we'll just... Yeah, let's just move on. He's got so much cards. This is another boring matchup, and we don't have much more time with this deck anyway, so... Like, that was effectively a from the deep, and I think we're just gonna fall too far behind. In that case, if we could have gotten the 5-9 in the front line and start pressuring him, we might have been okay. I think I kind of like all of this. I might get rid of that. This might be too much. Let's do this. I like this for if he has Honey or if he's playing Commandos. Go ahead and run that out. That's pretty good. Now we can War Bonds next turn. Or not. Hitting that, but not the Honey. That's interesting. I think I like doing this then. Just clearing the board. Makes this better. Yeah. Looks like our opponent's on the resource denial plan, I guess. Play this in Ultra. I think I'll just hold up Ultra from here on out for fear of carpet bombing. Yeah, or we can get a daylight bombing, sure. That's a great draw. Our opponent looks like they're on the, like on a Commonwealth deck. Just like very, very controlling. Yeah. And if they are on that plan, then like this honey is... Our honeys have done a lot of work because we've played 2 so far. Yeah, that just doesn't matter to me. I'm fine with that. So already played 1 carpet bombing. I don't think I care if he carpet bombs these as well. Okay. I think we were in a pretty good position and likely to win that game anyway. So yeah, thoughts on this deck. I don't know, it felt reasonable in the games we played. The Rule Britannia definitely didn't feel like a win more card necessarily. Definitely felt like it paired well with sort of the early game British units that you'd be wanting to play anyway. And then just turning them as they sit on the board or as they, well, in the case of the honey anyway, as it sits on the board in a cruise advantage and then, you know, slows the opponent down. If they're still sticking around by the time you're ready to rule Britannia, you can turn them into real threats and just get that much more value out of them. Even turning this into a 6/6 is like not awful. The swordfish and the cup of tea, like we mentioned at the beginning of the set, felt like they could maybe be something else. They definitely felt good at some times, but obviously post Rule Britannia, drawing these cards felt bad. Obviously, this helps keep your units alive so that they're still around when you're ready to rule Britannia, and if they still haven't taken damage, or just even bigger threats. This might still be worth keeping because it's okay with that in mind. You know, even making this a 1/5, allowing you to get that much more value out of it, like, isn't the worst. And making your honeys bigger. But like this I could see these changing. If we like those cards, maybe these 2 should just be like the 3rd copy of the honey and the 3rd commando. Yeah. So I think that's all I would say about that one. All right, let's move.